You say you want good grades. You think about your future. You imagine making your parents proud. So then why, the moment you sit down to study, your brain suddenly wants to do literally anything else? You check your phone. You remember random things from 3 years ago. You suddenly feel tired. And the weirdest part is, you know studying is important. So why are you escaping from the one thing you actually want to do? Most students think this means they're lazy. But that's not what's happening. Your brain is doing something much deeper. If discipline was the problem, you wouldn't be able to scroll for hours or play games all night. Your brain can focus. It just refuses to focus on things that feel mentally expensive. And studying feels expensive. The moment you open a difficult chapter, your brain predicts effort, boredom, confusion, pressure, with no immediate reward. And your brain hates delayed rewards. That's why scrolling feels easier. It gives you instant, cheap dopamine. You aren't procrastinating because you hate the subject. Your brain is trying to rescue you from stress. So, smart students do something different. They use something called threat lowering. They stop studying. Seriously, the word studying itself already feels heavy to your brain. So instead of saying, I need to finish this chapter, or I need to study for 2 hours, say, I'll just open the page. That's it, because your brain resists pressure more than effort. And once the pressure disappears, starting becomes easier. But this creates another strange effect. Once you begin something small, your brain wants to continue. Not because of discipline, because human brains hate unfinished actions. That's why one YouTube video becomes 5. One reel becomes 30 minutes. Your brain likes continuation. Smart students use that against procrastination. They make the beginning so small that the brain doesn't activate resistance. And once momentum starts, focus becomes easier, naturally. But there's another reason studying feels horrible now, and this is ruining students silently. Your brain is overstimulated. Think about your average day. Short videos, notifications, music, scrolling, constant switching. Your brain is getting trained to expect speed every few seconds. Then suddenly you open a textbook, and your brain experiences a dopamine crash. So it panics. And the scary part, most students respond the wrong way. They try to force harder, more pressure, more guilt, more self-hate. But pressure increases resistance even more. So the cycle repeats. You avoid studying, then feel guilty, then force yourself harder, then avoid it again. But smart students break this cycle differently. Instead of making studying intense, they make it easier to continue. Instead of study chapter 3, they create tiny targets that feel winnable. Understand this one diagram. Memorize these 3 lines. Solve just 2 questions. Because the easier something feels to continue, the less your brain fights it. But even after all this, most students still fail for one small reason: internal friction. These are the tiny decisions that kill your study session before it even starts. If you sit down and spend 10 minutes finding a pen or searching for a PDF, you're already burning mental energy. And your brain uses that confusion as an excuse to quit. So to make consistency automatic, smart students use something called friction imbalance. Before going to bed, set up your desk completely. Open the textbook to the exact page. Find every resource you'll need. Put a pen on top of the book. Now when you wake up, studying requires almost zero thought. And when something becomes easier to start, your brain stops resisting it. So if you've been avoiding studying lately, stop calling yourself lazy. Your brain is not broken. It's just resisting pressure, boredom, and mental overload like every normal brain does. The difference is, smart students know how to work with their brain instead of against it. And now you do too. So tell me honestly, what makes you avoid studying more, the boredom or the pressure? Comment it. And if you want more videos that actually make studying easier, instead of just telling you to work harder, subscribe.